What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report for Wednesday, March 25th, 2015, delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter at The Enter Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to our page. After weeks of speculation, Jeremy Clarkson was officially fired by the BBC on Wednesday. The ruling came after the Top Gear host was the subject of an internal investigation following an assault early this month when he got into a fracas with one of the show's producers over the lack of hot food after filming. BBC Director General Tony Hall said in a statement, "It is with great regret that I have told Jeremy Clarkson today that the BBC will not be renewing his contract. It is not a decision I have taken lightly. I have done so only after a careful consideration of the facts and personally meeting both Jeremy and Oslin Tomlin." Clarkson, who is infamous for his politically incorrect remarks, spent 20 minutes verbally abusing producer Oslin Tomlin before launching a 30-second physical assault on him, reported by The Telegraph. The outburst occurred when Clarkson demanded steak and fries after a day of filming, but was told that the hotel in Yorkshire, England, where the crew was staying, was no longer serving hot food. The controversial host had already received a final warning from the BBC for using a racist slur during filming last year. Since it first aired in the UK in 2002, Top Gear has grown from a straightforward show about cars into a global phenomenon watched by 350 million viewers in 170 countries. According to the New York Times, Clarkson is paid about $1.5 million a year to present the show, making him one of the network's most highly paid employees. Clarkson rose to public prominence as a presenter of the original format of Top Gear in 1988. From 1998 to 2000, he also hosted his own talk show, Clarkson. Also, it first aired in 1977 as a conventional motoring magazine show. Top Gear was relaunched by the BBC in 2002 with hosts Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James Maine, along with test driving mascot The Stick. In October, Clarkson and his crew hit the headlines when they were forced to flee Argentina after being attacked by local residents for driving a car with the license plate H982FLK, a suspected reference to the British victory over Argentina in the Falkland Islands War of 1982. Clarkson insisted it was a coincidence. Other controversies that have occurred over the years include making homophobic comments, making a mock Nazi salute while talking about German cars, joking about lorry drivers murdering prostitutes, making fun of the Indian culture, and describing a Ferrari F430 as special needs. Top Gear airs in the U.S. on BBC America and has won the BAFTA, multiple national television awards, and an international Emmy Award. HBO has canceled gay-themed comedy Looking after 2 seasons, but will give the San Francisco Friends a farewell special. Here's the network statement. After 2 years of following Patrick and his tight-knit group of friends as they explore San Francisco in search of love and lasting relationships, HBO will present the final chapter of their journey as a special. We look forward to sharing this adventure with the show's loyal fans. Despite having the coveted lead-in of Lena Dunham's Girls Looking synced to abysmal ratings levels during its second season, the series averaged a .1 in the advertisers' coveted 18 to 49 demographic and just 240,000 viewers. Although there had been a recent groundswell of support among TV critics and fans of the show's renewal, major awards like an Emmy or Golden Globe have eluded the half-hour comedy and may have helped it in getting a third season. From executive producers David Marsh Grant, Sarah Condon, and writers Andrew Legg, Looking revolved around 3 oddly matched friends. Late 20s video game designer Patrick Babe, played by Jonathan Groff, slightly older aspiring artist Augustine, played by Frankie J. Alvarez, and the early 40s unfulfilled waiter Dom, played by Murray Bartlett, as they navigated their careers and dating in the city by the bay. Additionally, Lauren Weidman, who played Doris, Raul Castillo as Richie, and Russell Tovey as Kevin were promoted to the series' regular roles in Season 2. Television powerhouse producer Shonda Rhimes blasted an article posted on Deadline Tuesday saying television casting has become too ethnically diverse this season, calling the piece by Nellie Andreeva ignorant. First reaction, hell no, let me take off my earrings. Somebody hold my purse. Second reaction, article is so ignorant, I can't even be bothered. Tweeted Rhimes, creator of Scandal, Grey's Anatomy, and How to Get Away with Murder. The article, which went up Tuesday evening, quickly drew a wave of criticism, caused Deadline to trend on Twitter for several hours for suggesting that after years of too few roles for actors of color in Hollywood, the pendulum might have swung a bit too far in the opposite direction. It stated, quote, instead of opening the fields for actors of any race to compete for any roles in a colorblind manner, there has been a significant number of parts designated as ethnic this year, making them off limits for Caucasian actors, some agents signal. Many pilot characters this year were listed as open to all ethnicities, but when reps would call to inquire about an actor's submission, they frequently had been told that not only non-Caucasian actors would be considered, but basically 50% of the roles in the pilot have to be ethnic, and the mandate goes all the way down to guest parts, one talent representative said. The article also noted, quote, while they are among the most voracious and loyal TV viewers, African Americans still represent only 13% of the U.S. population. They are grossly undeserved, but now, with shows like Empire, Blackish, Scandal, and How to Get Away with Murder on broadcast, Tyler Perry's Fair on OWN, and Mara Brock Akil's series on BET, they have scripted choices, so the growth in that fraction of the TV audience might have reached its peak. Ava DuVernay, the African-American director of Selma, retweeted Rhimes' remarks, as did more than 600 people who found absurd the notion that Hollywood was now overcompensating by becoming too diverse. Numerous television industry journalists commented negatively on the piece, including the New Yorker's Emily Nussbaum, who called it, quote, the grossest possible reaction to a breakthrough TV year. David Isikoff, who frequently writes for the New York Times, tweeted, quote, just astounding that someone so tone-deaf could be published in 2015 by a supposedly credible news source. Meanwhile, the Huffington Post TV critic Mo Ryan wrote, horrible Deadline article, you've left me no choice. I must go full facepalm from all of Star Trek. Happy now. Director Steven Spielberg is set to direct the adaptation of Ernest Cline's bestseller young adult novel Ready Player One, an individual with knowledge of the project told to wrap. The film is expected to be Spielberg's next after wrapping up the BFG. He is also producing the project for Warner Brothers and Village Roadshow, along with Donald Delane, Dan Farrow, and Christine McCaskill-Krieger. Zach Penn adapted Cline's novel for the screen. The novel is set in a not-too-distant future where advanced internet, gaming, and virtual reality technologies have changed the world as we know it and led to the creation of the Oasis, a virtual reality universe that people live and value more than the real world nearly everyone, including protagonist Wade, off on a series of challenges to win an invaluable prize. Jexy Ehrman and Rachel-Line Benavista will oversee for the studio. The film brings Spielberg back to Warner Bros. For the first time in 14 years since 2001's AI. Greg Silverman, president, said, we are thrilled to welcome Steven back to Warner Brothers. We've had a historic series of collaborations in the 80s and 90s and have wanted to bring him back for years. As for Ready Player One, we have always felt that Steven was the dream director for this project. Bryan Singer announced via Instagram Wednesday that actress Lana Condor will play Mutant Jubilee in the upcoming film X-Men Apocalypse. Singer wrote in the post, I officially like to welcome our newest mutant, #Jubilation #Jubilee, at Lana Condor to #X-Men #Apocalypse. The latest installment of the X-Men franchise will be Condor's debut gig. In the X-Men universe, Jubilee is a teenage mutant capable of generating explosive plasmoids from her hand. She was a central character in the 1990s cartoon series. Condor is the most recent hire for the film. Cody Smith-McPhee, Ty Sheridan, Sophie Turner, and Alexandra Shipp will portray Nightcrawler, Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Storm, respectively. The film will reunite previous stars James McAvoy as Professor Xavier, and Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Oscar Isaac will play mutant antagonist Apocalypse. Academy Award-winning actress Jennifer Lawrence only plans to strip down and suit up as shape-shifting mutant Mystique one more time for X-Men Apocalypse. Lawrence told MTV News during an interview alongside Bradley Cooper at the red carpet premiere of Serena, "It is my last one, actually." The 2016 release will be Lawrence's third appearance in the franchise after starring in X-Men's First Class and Days of Future Past, which grossed over $748 million worldwide. For those wondering why Lawrence has decided to bail on the 20th Century Fox franchise, they'll have to wait for another interview. Lawrence didn't elaborate on the bombshell she casually dropped. As Suge Knight sits in jail facing life in prison and nursing a latening of health problems, a Hollywood jail consultant is questioning the fallen rap mogul's claims of inadequate health care in his frequent courtroom medical scares. Prison consultant Larry Levine told the Rap, "I believe he has medical issues, but if he was truly sick where he needed around-the-clock medical care, do you think they would keep him in the hospital?" said Levine, who advised jail-bound clients who are unaccustomed to the penal system, as consulted for the CBS drama The Good Wife and the new Will Ferrell-Kevin Hart comedy Get Hard. Knight is currently being housed at the Men's Central Jail in downtown Los Angeles. His attorney Matthew Fletcher has gone on the record to say the 49-year-old has glaucoma, diabetes, and a blood clot near one of his lungs. The lawyer has also insinuated that Knight is not getting the medical care he needs. Fletcher claims on Friday, when Knight collapsed in court, that the Death Row Records co-founder was being held in solitary confinement without benefits of hot water or a blanket, the New York Daily Times reported. However, a spokeswoman for the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department told the Rap that those claims were false and that Knight is, quote, receiving the appropriate treatment. In addition to multiple blankets, the spokesperson said Knight's hot water is the same temperature as the other inmates, and he's been offering new linens, showers, and medication. Levine, an ex-convict and founder of Wall Street Prison Consultants, questioned whether Knight's courtroom scares were true medical emergencies. He pondered, does he collapse in the jail all day long? Does he collapse on the way to court? The consultant, who spent 10 years behind bars himself, added, he's in the special housing unit, also known as the SHU, where they are coming by and they are checking on these people constantly. People in the SHU probably get better medical attention than people that are in general populations because they have a medical section assigned just to them. When Levine said that the medical care at the jail is not exactly what you would receive at a top-tier facility, it is far more from inadequate. He noted he's not getting medical care up to pass bar on what he would get on the outside, but I know that high-profile people like him get special treatment. Do you think that the LA County Sheriff wants him to die or not receive medical care on his watch? That kind of shitstorm that would bring. I don't believe what his lawyer is saying, to be honest with you. Knight has suffered medical emergencies on 3 separate occasions when he had scheduled court appearances in his murder case. In addition to being hospitalized twice before on Friday, he collapsed in the courtroom after his bail was set at $25 million. Knight has been charged with murder and attempted murder stemming from a fatal hit-and-run incident in Compton, California on January 29th. Police say he intentionally ran over 2 men with his truck after an argument on the set of a commercial for the film Straight Outta Compton. Terry Carter, who was 55, was killed, and Clay Bone Sloan, who was 51, was injured. Knight, who faces life in prison because of prior convictions, is scheduled to return to court on April 13th. In the meantime, Levine assures that he will receive adequate care and the medication he needs. Levine mused to the Rap, is he going to get name brand meds? Probably not. Will he get generic? Yes, they'll do that to save money. But as Levine suggested, the lack of name brand medication is probably the least of Knight's worries right now. He's done, Levine opinionated when asked if he thinks Knight will see freedom anytime soon. Former Beatle Paul McCartney has been booked to headline at this year's Lollapalooza Festival, which will take place July 31st to August 2nd at Grant Park in Chicago. Metallica and Florence the Machine have also been booked to top the festival. McCartney will headline the 3-day event on July 31st, a day that will also include performances by The Weeknd, Alabama Shakes, and Hot Chip. Metallica will top things on Saturday, August 1st. Sam Smith, Tame Impala, Kid Cudi, and others are also booked for the day. Sunday, the final day of this year's festivities, will find Florence and the Machine topping a bill that includes Of Monsters and Men, Bass Nectar, and TV on the Radio. One Direction member Zayn Malik has decided to quit the chart-topping boy band. According to a Facebook post published Wednesday morning, remaining members Nahil Horan, Liam Payne, Harry Styles, and Louis Tomlinson will carry on as 1D, and looking forward to the forthcoming concerts of their world tour. Malik said in a statement, "My life with One Direction has been more than I could ever have imagined. But after 5 years, I feel like it's now the right time for me to leave the band. I'd like to apologize to the fans if I've let anyone down, but I have to do what's right, what feels right in my heart. I'm leaving because I want to be a normal 22-year-old who is able to relax and have some private time out of the spotlight," the singer continued. Now I know I have 4 friends for life, in Louis, Liam, Harry, and Niall. I know they will continue to be the best band in the world. As for the band that formed after auditioning as solo artists for Simon Cowell's UK reality competition series, The X Factor, they respect Malik's decision. One Direction said in a joint statement, "We're really sad to see Zayn go, but we totally respected his decision and send him all of our love for the future. The past 5 years has been beyond amazing. We've gone through so much together, so we will always be friends. The 4 of us will now continue. We're looking forward to recording the new album and seeing all the fans on the next stage of our world tour." Fans of the band behind hits like "What Makes You Beautiful," "Live While We're Young," and "Story of My Life" may not be all that surprised by Malik's departure. Just last week, his publicist announced he was leaving their tour through the Philippines and Indonesia due to stress. The statement read, "Zayn has been signed off with stress and is flying back to the UK to recuperate." Cowell, who manages One Direction, thanked Malik for his 5 years of service with the band. He wrote, "I would like to say thank you to Zayn for everything he has done for One Direction. Since I first met Zayn in 2010, I have grown very, very fond and immensely proud of him. I have seen him grow in confidence, and I'm truly sorry to see him leave. As for One Direction, fans can rest assured that Niall, Liam, Harry, and Louis are hugely excited about the future of the band." After canceling The Apocalypse in Pacific Rim, Idris Elba looks to be joining another major sci-fi franchise as he's in negotiations to play the villain in Star Trek III. An individual familiar with the project has told The Wrap. Justin Lin will direct Paramount's sequel, which brings back Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Zoe Saldana, Simon Pegg, Carl Urban, and Anton Yelchin. J.J. Abrams will produce it with his Bad Robot partner Brian Burke and Skydance's David Ellison. Production will start this summer after Elba wraps Harmony Korine's The Trap. The news was first reported by Variety, which suggests that Elba may be playing a Klingon, though representatives for the actor did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Likewise, Paramount has not responded to a request for comment either. Elba will soon be reprising his Thor character of Heimdall in Marvel's Avengers: Age of Ultron. He also stars in Kerry Fukunagawa's Beasts of No Nation, which Netflix recently acquired with the hopes of making an awards push for Elba, who also has Disney's The Jungle Book and the indie action thriller Bastille Day on the horizon. And finally, Saturday Night Live alumni Nasim Pedrad has closed a deal with 20th Century Fox Television and Fox Broadcasting Company to write and star in a comedy project with 3 Arts Entertainment attached to executive produce. Pedrad, who spent 5 seasons as a cast member on the NBC variety show, currently recurs on Fox's New Girl and was cast as a series regular on Fox's upcoming Ryan Murphy, Brad Falchuk's horror comedy Scream Queens, an anthology series about a series of murders on a college campus. Scream Queens began shooting in New Orleans early in March. Development on Pedrad's project will begin later this year. And that is your entertainment report for Wednesday, March 25th, 2015. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter @The Enter Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio. Just search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to our page. Have a great day, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.